This is Saturday Morning Mysteries.
And we're your hosts, Alexis and Grace. Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Mysteries, where we're your hosts. I'm Alexis.
I'm Grace.
And today is a very, very, very exciting day. It's Saturday Morning Mysteries because we have moved on from our last show, which was quite an experience for those who have followed us. And we are moving into our new show. Now, Grace is going to introduce that show, or I am. One of us is going to say, Grace,
I got a whole
Grace's
spiel.
episode.
Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. She'll introduce
I got the
it.
spiel.
But I'll just very briefly say that we're continuing our kick of supporting PBS here. This is another show that was on PBS that we watched growing up. And we love the things that that channel did for us when we were younger, the educational value, the cultural value, learning about all sorts of different things, especially from this show that we'll talk about today, I assume. But on that note, I'll hand it back on over to Grace.
Thank you so much.
Excited.
Listeners, viewers, you've read the title of this episode. Presumably. You know that we're now doing a Magic School Bus arc. Now, Alexis,
the smiles on our faces for those of us who are listening only plug for our YouTube. Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm going to pass it back to you right now, Alexis, for you to tell me what this show meant to you growing up. And then I'll get into it for me.
The show was just a core. I mean, calling it a core memory almost doesn't even feel strong enough, you know? Like when I think of childhood, it's just one of those things that I automatically think about, which is interesting because for me, I mostly align it with school too. I never watched Magic School Bus at home that much. Like I didn't watch PBS that much at home. I was watching Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network.
Yeah. But
goddamn, when the teacher put on Magic School Bus in class,
everything changed.
Everything changed. It was a good day. Like Miss Frizzle was always the most eccentric, and I know you're going to talk about all these characters, and we'll talk about them all over the course of the next 8 episodes. But like, just her as a main character, as like the teacher, the leader of the show, was always just so exciting because she's so zany. And she's so memorable. Like you can, when you close your eyes as a millennial, you can envision Miss Frizzle.
And you can feel her energy. Yeah.
Yeah. And to kind of relate it to how I opened up the show talking about like the value of PBS and all the things we learned from it. Like this is the show that we really learned from, aside from like Reading Rainbow and Zaboomafoo. Like we learned science from the Magic School Bus and Wishbone, of course, obviously.
We learned about literature from Wishbone.
Wishbone was our literature and history.
Our English and history class.
Our English, exactly.
This is our science
Miss
class.
Frizzle is science, exactly. You know, we had different teachers, different instructors. Zaboomafoo was like gym and PE, go out and run around with the monkeys, you know?
Exactly.
But so I absolutely love this show, and I think it's aged well. It's great to come back and watch it as an adult too, because there's just so much ridiculous stuff that this teacher puts these kids through. And so those are my initial reactions to my memories of the show. But we'll talk obviously more about that as we go through the arc. So what about you? What about your memories?
I mean, as per usual, we're on the exact same page. Yeah, I don't have distinct memories of like where I watched it, but I do know it was a go-to substitute teacher day.
Yes.
Put that shit on kind of thing. Watch an episode or two. And it was really funny as I was going through to pick my episodes for this arc. Even just seeing the title of some of them, and I'm not covering some of these ones because I just wanted to do some other ones for other reasons, but like the one about like lights, like learning about the light, like prisms and like the light spectrum via a pinball machine gave me like a visceral physical reaction of like remembering it. Or like there's a music one, there's like a body internal like organ anatomy one, and like
that
all
one
of
is
those
the most
ones,
memorable for me.
Yes, gave me like just a full body experience of pure joy and happiness. And yes, I learned so much from this show. I wanted Miss Frizzle as my teacher, as we all did. And just, like you said, it's like, I learned so much from this show. And like, it just has such a core, like this is this, and obviously the shows, like the live action shows you named, but like were
Yeah.
PBS for me, and like were
Yeah.
how I wanted to learn from TV, and like I
Exactly.
wanted to be all the kids, and yeah, all this kind of stuff. And like you said, it's aged really well. And they actually have, I think it might be on Netflix, like a revived Magic School Bus.
Oh
I think
yeah.
there's been
Yeah. I
two
haven't
like
watched it.
revivals of it.
Okay.
I think it's like there's one, and then I think the current one is called the Magic School Bus Rides Again or something like that. So I know.
It's
I was
like
like, this is pretty
Mad
funny.
Max
Yeah,
Fury
exactly.
Road.
We ride at
Magic School
dawn.
Bus.
Miss
Right.
Frizzle.
Miss Frizzle's wearing like leather. She's got
She
like
got the
ripped sleeves.
goggles.
Yeah.
She got the
The
lizard who
bus is
also
like
has it
super
on.
beat up and like rusty.
But it's if
Yeah, the
any
lizard.
bus in pop culture would turn into a Mad Max bus, it's the Magic
It
School
would be
Bus
that.
for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
It can do a
Yeah.
lot. Don't make me
Yeah.
think it can't turn
Don't-
into Fury Road Racer here.
Exactly. Mad Max style. Immortum
Destroying.
Joe
Yeah,
using bus. Yeah, going through the desert.
exactly.
Um,
So yes, it
Also,
was so important.
one other thing too that I didn't mention was the intro song. Like
Oh,
again,
Alexis, we
another
will talk
banger.
about it.
Okay, good, cool. I should have known you would. I'm
We
sorry. Okay, so that's all I'll
will
say.
get to it, and it's
Okay, good.
incredibly important. Some information I have about it.
Good.
I
Great.
don't know if you
Cool,
know
cool.
who
Because
it's by.
I have a suspicion, and another song by who I suspect it to be by has been stuck in my head all day thinking
Okay,
that, but I didn't have time to look it up, so I'm going to wait for you to tell me, and I hope I'm
good.
right.
It's a very
But we'll see.
distinct voice, so I think you
It
probably
is.
have it right, knowing that you're a music lover and really good at
Okay.
history of music. But we'll get to
Maybe.
it.
We'll
So
see. Okay.
before we get there, as usual, if this is your first time joining us, in our first episode, I actually spent most of the episode talking more about like the background of the show and the characters, and then I do a quick recap of, well, quick, relatively. It's relative for us, I would say.
Hmm.
A recap of the first episode of the first season of the show. And then we'll do, I think, 8 in total-ish episodes of the arc, going back and forth, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. We
So,
say ish because like no rules here.
yeah,
What if,
ish. And like
I
when we
mean,
get
might
into
we do more
our
than 10?
holiday arcs, I don't know how the
Oh,
maths for
true.
this one.
That's true. Actually, yeah, we could end up doing like 10 or something. We'll
Yeah,
see.
sometimes we
We'll try
add
to
a
do the
couple
math.
extra. Yeah, we don't think
And
that far in
honestly,
advance.
I would be fine with it. If there's any show that we do extra episodes of,
Yes,
this is like
it's,
one of the two. The other is Scooby-Doo. So
yes,
I'm here for
exactly.
it.
Where we
I'm
do
here
it
for it.
nonstop.
Yeah.
So, yes, as you mentioned, similar to our last arc, Magic School Bus is a PBS show that I found out doing my research is based on a book series that came out in the
Oh,
80s. But unlike our
okay.
last show, this book series and show match. The source material holds true to the show.
Ah, finally. Wonderful. Man.
Yes. So the book series with the same name was published in 1985 by Joanna Cole and illustrated by Bruce Deggan. And the book came about from the one, the only, also a life-changing core memory from the 90s, the Scholastic Book Fair.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah,
Or it came from
absolutely.
Scholastic, but it was in the
Yeah.
Scholastic Book Fairs, which
Book
again, to
fair.
this day, I would pay. If you could
Uh,
go back to a certain time in history and relive it, it would be the Scholastic Book Fair for me in elementary school.
Basically, the joy, like again, Christmas
Yes.
morning,
Yes.
basically walking in there and
I've
the
got my
flex
little
you pull
magazine
on
of what I
your,
want to get.
yeah, exactly. You circle it and the flex you
Yes.
pull on the other classmates for like walking out with stuff. Because I
Yes.
was sometimes the person who couldn't get anything from it because I
Yeah.
either didn't read the books, like enough books to win something, or my parents were like, no, I'm not giving you money for that today. So on the days when
You're
I could, I was like, give me this poster,
balling.
give me these books. I'm getting it
Exactly.
all.
I'm
Oh,
king of the
heaven
world
on
this
earth
day.
is a
Yes, you ride
Scholastic
your
book
high.
fair.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
so basically, Scholastic wanted to make a series that combined science to obviously teach kids, but they wanted to combine science with fictional stories to make it fun. And so they reached out to that author and illustrator to make the books. And, very quickly afterwards in 1991, they said, okay, let's also make this a show. And they went around in the early 90s, like Scholastic, and they actually got a lot of funding from like National Science Foundation, like the NSF, and like a
Good.
bunch of really cool organizations and foundations and like government entities, because, it's PBS.
Yeah.
And by 1994, the first episode launched with the same spirit of helping kids learn about science in a fun way, which obviously we just said was very successful. And it originally ran from 1994 to 1997. And a fun fact, it was the first fully animated show on PBS.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
There hadn't been like a
Wow.
full and like everything as animated
Yeah.
until this show, which sweet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's interesting. Good to, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a pioneer in more ways than
In
one.
so many ways. So
Mm,
yes, as I mentioned, there's been some reboots or revivals of it on Netflix, and I think another one, yeah, is either about to come out or already came out. So at least
mhm.
two. And Alexis, let's go back to what you were just talking about. Let's talk
Yeah.
about this theme song.
Yeah.
And so the theme song's called Ride on the Magic School Bus.
Of
It's
course.
upbeat. It's got
Yes.
some drums, some good bass. It's got
Hmm.
like a perfect rhythm to it, like
Yeah.
on the magic school
School bus, up
bus.
on the magic school bus.
And it's
Do,
so
do.
good. It's kind of, I don't really know how to
Yeah.
describe what that genre is
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like kind of got like almost like reggaeton, kind of undertones a little bit-ish with
Yeah.
just like the beat itself, but not necessarily the instruments, but
Yeah.
it's more like poppy or like yeah, I guess kind of like poppy-ish though, right?
Yeah, yeah, like a more
Mm,
poppy version.
yeah.
And
Mm,
I think when I tell you who it's by, the like genre and style and just everything will really click into place. I can't wait to see if you guessed if who it was. But it's
yeah.
maybe the biggest, most influential on the world of music, like mainly rock music, often
Oh.
called the architect of rock and roll,
Oh, it's not who I was thinking, but I think I know
Little
based on that.
Richard.
Yeah, Little
Does
Richie. Oh my
the,
God.
does the
Little Richard did
intro.
the Magic School Bus intro?
Isn't that insane?
That is literally that's yeah. Whoa,
Yeah.
that they got him. Like I wonder if he read the books at one point in time. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Like, I don't know if he had like
Wow.
kids who read the books. I don't know if he had kids, but like, isn't that
That's
who do you think it
crazy.
was?
I thought it was Lionel Richie, actually,
Okay, but
which
a
is funny
similar
because, like,
deep.
yeah, and the song that's been stuck in my head is "All Night Long" by him,
Oh
like
yeah,
ever,
yeah. Like, because
because
the
he
like
his
the
voice kind of sounds similar in that song to
yeah, it's kind of like a little
Little
soul
Richard, and
to it in the
yeah,
song.
yeah,
It's not like poppy happy. It's like got some
right,
depth to
right.
it, which yeah would be Lionel Richie. And again, Little Richard, who
Yeah.
fucking did the
Little
intro.
Richard. I think my brain was like, you're so close. You're almost there,
Yes.
but nope. That's my multiverse
Yeah, exactly.
of LR
Yeah,
singers.
could have happened. Yeah, that's why you got
Yeah.
confused, the initials.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways,
Wow.
I found that out
Little
and I like
Richard. That's crazy.
I
Rest in peace.
shook.
And he just passed away a few years ago, didn't he?
I
I
think
think
so, yeah.
so. Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah, so like truly a literal like
Goat.
defined an entire genre. Like
Yeah.
if you listen to any type of rock music, think Little Richard, like
Hmm.
architect of
Yeah.
rock and roll.
But the music and the performance of it, like on
Yeah, the
stage and
performance. Yeah, can
everything
you imagine
too.
him even
Wow.
recording this in studio? Like if he's
Like
giving his
dancing
stage,
around.
yeah,
Yeah. They
persona.
give they give him a whole stage to record it so he can like still run around and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh man. Wow. But
So
what a great fun fact.
I
That's a
know.
trivia tidbit for all the listeners. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's good. And
awesome.
we've got some other good
Hmm.
who's in guest starring type of things
Oh
coming
yeah.
up.
Well, and I was surprised, and I know you're going to get to it, but I would just say I was very surprised when I saw who voiced our dear Miss
Yes.
Frizzle
Yes, I
too. So
lost
we'll,
it as well because I
yeah, I
hadn't
was like, are
realized it.
you
Why would I know it?
freaking kidding me? Yeah, why would I know that as like a 5-year-old? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But now as a 32-year-old, I was like, are you serious right
Yeah,
now?
like rocked to my core
So
simply
excited for
by
this
this
show.
show, even as an
Yes.
adult. Like it gets
Yes.
better learning all of these things when I thought it
Right.
was already perfect.
Yeah.
So, yes, what is the Magic School Bus even about? What is the show about?
Hmm. Do tell.
So the show follows an elementary school class and their teacher, following a typical elementary school like science lesson plan, the things that they're going to learn about. We learned about too in school, but they learn about it through their field trips, which they take
Mm.
on their high-tech, fully sentient, anthropomorphic school bus that's
Basically,
made
yeah.
with magic. Um,
Yes.
that literally fully takes them into the immersive world of whatever they're learning. Like I said, learning about light, they go into a light spectrum. The human
Exactly. They're
body,
literally energy. Yeah.
they enter someone's bloodstream.
Yep.
Like these
Exactly.
are all
Like really
episodes that occur.
immersive, hands-on learning. Yes.
Yes, exactly. So this arc I kind of foresee will be again like adventure show, problem solving, a lot
Hmm.
of Wikipedia based deep dives on the topics that they
Yes.
cover because we
But
love them.
also, but also perhaps some witchcraft.
Yeah, I did try to
It
do a
made me
deep
realize,
dive
I was
on
like,
like
is
what
this
the
where my
bus
love for witchcraft
is.
came from?
Yes, well, there's some fan theories that like, yeah, Miss Frizzle's definitely a witch for sure. And like that's her
For
familiar,
sure.
basically, like is the bus.
Yes. Or the
There's
lizard. But no,
yeah,
you're
or
right. The bus.
Liz
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lizard.
The
Yeah,
bus would
she
be.
somehow the bus is imbued with special magic. Like there's so many theories about how the bus and Miss Frizzle are the way they are. But yes, I like the
Yeah.
witch magic one the best because
Yes.
this show defined
We'll
us in
dive
so many
into it.
ways.
God, I hope we have to do extra episodes of this show. There's a
I
lot of
know.
unpacking. Oh
We're
man, we
going
got to
to,
look at these
baby.
cal. I know. Screw November arc. We're sticking with. No, I'm
Yeah,
joking. Or
sometimes
no,
we
I guess
start the
October.
Halloween art
Yeah.
early, like in September, but we're writing this one all of
Yeah.
September.
All
However
the
the math
way.
maths.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, yes. And as usual, I'm going to talk about like now the main characters on the show.
Hmm.
Like it's basically it's the teacher, Miss Frizzle, as we've mentioned, and a handful of students. And like
Yeah.
I think the kids are like 10 or 11. I don't know what grade that is. Fourth,
Yeah.
third, fifth.
I feel like they're fourth graders,
I
but
think fourth is right.
yeah. If they're 10 or 11, then like fourth or fifth, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense. Let's
And to
say fourth
me, I
graders.
feel like she's a fourth grade teacher. Meh,
Yeah,
meh.
yeah,
Sounds about right.
exactly.
Doesn't matter. It's dangerous all the same.
Yeah, it doesn't
Should
matter
they
what
go
age.
there?
Which I
Yeah.
also got to
Even
pause
if
to
they're
tell
over
you,
18, it's pretty risky.
they're definitely on our like Saturday Morning Mysteries algorithm has clocked that I we started this arc and like there are
Yeah.
so many funny like the lawyers for the Magic School Bus, like reels and memes, and like who is writing the liability waivers because for those parents to sign this permission slip.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. They are being duped, super duped. The
Yes,
parents are either that or there
exactly.
are none, and the parents they have a big lawsuit on their hands.
Exactly.
They're
So we should
about
keep
to
that in
win some
mind
money.
throughout
Yeah.
this entire episode
But if Miss
of
Frizzle is a witch, then yeah, then more things will
I
come back to. A little bit
know.
of mind manipulation, perhaps, but we'll see. We'll
Yes,
see.
exactly. Mind wiping, who's
Yeah,
to say?
exactly.
So yes,
We're
there's a
to
group.
say once we get there.
Will say, damn it.
Yeah.
We'll always say.
Yes.
So yeah, we've got our like 10 and 11 year olds and some side characters and I'm gonna give a brief overview of all of the students and like a
Hmm.
line or two about them. But honestly, in my episodes, I've noticed that it'll focus like there'll be like one or two who are like the main driver of the episode, like of the
Yeah.
plot. And so like I'm gonna when I go through my episodes, I'm only gonna name like the one or two who are the main
Okay.
characters. I'm not gonna be like,
Fair.
and then Carlos said this in the background or like
When it's
Arnold.
his only line.
Yeah, exactly. Like unless it's like a
Yeah.
really funny line, I'm just gonna be like, a kid did
No
something.
Carlos or Arnold erasure here, okay? Especially
Yeah.
for Arnold. We're not, but yes,
Poor
in the
Arnold.
interest of time and the
Yes,
purpose of this
exactly. And like the
podcast.
confusion of keeping track of who's who.
Yes. Yes.
So, yes, I will tell you briefly about each kid, including apparently everyone's last name, which I found on Wikipedia. Um,
Oh, cool.
and
Didn't
like,
know they were that deep.
yeah, same. And I gotta say, like, I guess it's because it was PBS. Like, this is a pretty diverse cast of like, for like the
Yeah.
like 90s, where like usually
Yeah.
every character is white in like sitcoms, in animation, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good like multiracial
I
representation
feel like
in the
this was a
show.
good era of that because this is the same time as Hey Arnold. Hey
Yeah,
Arnold
Captain
came out around
Planet.
this exact Captain Planet, which people
Yep.
have said like, wait, are the Captain Planet cast actually the Magic School Bus kids just
For
grown
like
up
grown
or
up. Oh
whatever?
man,
Like
let
I've
me
seen
tell
that
you,
theory online too.
there's
The theories are
so much
crazy.
theory about these kids
Yeah.
grown up.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so much. A lot of rabbit
So
holes. And I would love to hear it. People put it in the comments as we go.
put it in the comments, share it with us on Instagram, whatever. Yeah.
Yes. So first, speaking of Arnold, we've got Arnold Pearlstein. He's a white kid
Mhm.
with frizzy red hair, thick glasses, your classic geek. He's kind of
Yeah.
nervous all the time, or just like your classic awkward, quiet kid.
Yeah.
While he can sometimes be really scared or nervous, he is a diehard for Miss Frizzle and is brave when he needs to be for his other classmates and Frizz herself. So then we've got Carlos Ramon. Carlos is a kid with tan skin, floppy black hair, and according to the internet, he's Venezuelan American.
Okay.
He's a hands-on learner, aka he throws himself headfirst into things. He's
Mm,
kind of the class clown, and
mm.
puns are his thing. Like that,
Gotcha.
he's
He's
got a
the
lot of
wild, the
pun
Joker, the
one-liners.
wild card. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'll probably put his
Okay.
puns in throughout my arc, or throughout our arc here, because
Nice.
they're pretty good when they come up.
Yeah.
So then we've got Dorothy Ann Hudson. And Dorothy
Mm,
Ann, aka Dorothy, is a blonde haired white girl who's got bangs. She's got her hair in these high pigtails. She is like the fact obsessed bookworm. She's always
mm.
carrying and referencing her books, her encyclopedias, ready with a handy fact or like knowledge on whatever issue or whatever subject. Then
Okay.
we've got Keisha Franklin. Keisha is a black girl with curly brown hair that she wears in a high bun. She's definitely like the most level-headed of the group, and she is dead set on getting the facts right. She pursues
Mm.
the truth as much as she can. Honestly, when I was like getting to know all these characters and stuff, I was like, oh, Keisha today is like an investigative journalist
I
for
knew
sure
it. I was
that
going to
has a
say we got a
podcast.
journalist on our
Yeah,
hands. Exactly. Like a true crime podcast that discovers 20
exactly.
years later an unsolved mystery.
Yes, exactly. She does like a
Yeah.
10-part miniseries for sure.
Yeah.
So then we've got Phoebe Therese. Phoebe's got short brown hair and white skin. She's got the little like 60s flip in it and like a
Hmm.
headband. She's kind of like early 60s looking girl. She's just like a sweet kind of quiet girl. She loves animals and she's like the new student in class. So that sometimes comes up that
Ah,
she's new.
gotcha.
Then we've got Ralphie Tennelly, and Ralphie is a white kid, also with the classic floppy 90s boy hair, but it's usually tucked away in his backwards baseball cap that he always wears. He's essentially the bro, you know?
Mm.
He's laid
Hmm.
back, he's athletic, like
Yeah.
that's kind of
It's a
he's like
cool
a little
kid.
bit
He's,
class clowny, but like
yeah.
in the he makes a fool of himself to be funny with physical humor type of way.
Ah.
Then we've got Tim Wright. He's got black skin, close cropped black brownish hair, and he's like the artsy kid of the class. He's
Mm.
quiet, creative, also sweet. I also learned, and this is just kind of like a, I don't know, shout out to the animators and like the show for like listening and learning that apparently on like the first season or two, Tim and Keisha, they're the two black students. Like a lot of people complained that they looked pretty whitewashed still. And so then in the
Mm.
later seasons, they like darkened their skin more and like
Hmm.
basically heard and
Change their
listened. And they
hair
were
or
like,
whatever.
yeah, they were
Mm.
like, oh, we did not the best job of this. Let's listen and change, which
Nice.
I was like, oh, good for
Hey.
you, PBS. Most
It's
people
almost
would,
like that's what happens when you're publicly funded. You
right.
actually have to listen to audience feedback because your
Yes,
audience is the one bankrolling you,
exactly.
not
You got to
big
appeal to them.
corporations paying for advertisements only. Anyways,
What about that? Interesting.
mm,
Anyways, our
continue.
last student is Wanda Lee, and Wanda is a girl with pale skin, a black short bob with bangs. I think the internet said that she was Chinese American, and she's
Okay.
our tomboy, probably the most adventurous of the kids in the group. She's super feisty, strong, and she's pretty tough.
Hmm.
So then our other recurring characters, we've got
Yes.
Liz, who's a green
Yeah, of
chameleon.
course. Yes.
Yes.
Love her.
And she, of course, is anthropomorphized, such a hard word.
Mhm.
She's always helpful to the kids. She can understand them, it seems like, but she doesn't talk back. And she's just kind of
Yeah.
like the sidekick, mainly to Miss Frizzle, but also to kind of anyone in need, essentially.
Yeah. Class
So,
pet, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
you
Class
know, yeah.
pet.
So they all have equal responsibility. She loves them all
Exactly.
equally. But
Yep.
yeah, Miss Frizzle is the
Helps out
one in
whoever needs
charge.
her.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then we have someone who's just named the producer. And
Mm.
that's his name in the original. This is, and also this specific character I'm talking about in the original iteration, it does change a little bit, I think, in the newer seasons. But
Okay.
so the producer, there's definitely a lot of theories about who this actually is. But basically, at the end of every episode, there's like, it ends with a bunch of kids around the world calling and saying, is this the magic school
Yeah.
bus? And basically
Yeah.
he like runs a hotline. It like breaks the fourth wall of the show. He like runs a hotline where kids call at the end of the episode and they talk about what happened in the episode, being like,
Hmm.
it seemed like you did this. I don't think that's
Yeah. I
possible,
like
right?
this or I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, like this we work we really played this part up. No, of course you can't actually do this, but here's why we
Hmm.
played this part up. Or like, yes, that's absolutely correct. Fun fact that we learned in the episode that we're reiterating here.
Hmm.
And this character in the original iteration, he is a black man, probably in, I don't know, like in his 20s or 30s, like Miss Frizzle age. So not
Hmm.
like middle aged or anything. And he's got a short cut flat top. He's really kind, really patient, especially when the kids are like pointing out all the exaggerations. And he's like very, chill about it. Obviously a good
Hmm.
teacher as well. Sometimes Miss Liz is there too. Or not Miss Liz.
Yeah.
Sometimes Liz
Liz,
is there
yeah.
too.
Yeah. I was gonna ask
So
about
like
that.
there's a lot of lore and like fan theories of like, is he with
Yeah.
Miss Frizzle? Is this
Yes.
Tim grown up? Like
Oh,
now
time
answering the
travel?
questions. Yes, because in the new seasons,
Oh,
it's like an Asian
he's
woman is the producer, and people are like, is that Wanda all grown
yeah.
up now? I don't
Yeah.
know,
And
but that's a theory.
and with Tim, it would be interesting too, because like you said, he was creative, he's artsy. So like, yeah,
Yes.
he would become like a TV producer or something
Exactly.
like
They
that,
both
or like a
have like the
screenwriter
flat
or
top
something.
haircuts going
Yeah,
on. So
yeah. Although I do like the
theories.
theory of like it being Miss Frizzle's like boyfriend or
Yes,
partner
that's
or
what I
something,
like
because like
more.
Liz is there. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's like both of them pulling the strings in different ways or whatever.
exactly. Yeah, I prefer
Hmm.
the theory that those two are together because, as you guys know on the show,
Yeah.
we love to ship
We
characters.
love shipping. Exactly. It's
So
what
we're
we
doing
do.
it here.
But yeah, but
And
I'd be interested to see like in newer episodes if they switch it up or whatever,
yeah,
because I
like how
haven't
it
seen
fully
any of the,
interacts.
yeah, yeah, to see. Because
Yeah,
I could be down for it being the kids grown up too, or like something
yeah,
like that. And yeah, I'd be
yeah,
down for that. But I like the
yeah. That one's
original
fun
idea.
too.
Yeah.
And the producer in the original series is voiced by Malcolm Jamal Warner,
Oh
who
my
was
God.
Theo Huxtable on He Who
Yes.
Must Not Be Named, aka The Cosby Show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fortunately, but yeah, Theo.
Whoa.
He
Wow.
voices
I
the
did
producer.
not know that. That's
I know.
awesome.
Again, this
Man,
show
good for
really
him.
pulled a
It
lot of
really
punches.
did. Yeah, and I mean
Like,
he was at the height of his
right,
career
yeah,
at
this is
that
mid
point. So
90s.
that's yeah, so they
Big pull.
really wow. I love it.
Yes.
Okay. This is great.
So then we have our titular magic school bus, who is a character unto
Hmm.
themselves. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. This is a short bus, a short yellow bus that's
Hmm.
magical, yes, for undisclosed reasons. It's high tech, it's sentient, it has eyes where like the headlights are. It's used to go on all of their field trips, transforming itself and the kids to whatever size, shape, or form it's needed to go on this field trip. And of course, we have our one, the only, the iconic, the life changing, the dream teacher,
Hmm.
Miss Frizzle.
Hmm.
Yes, so Miss Frizzle is their teacher and field trip leader in this show. And Miss Frizzle, who's sometimes just called the Frizz, so I'll go back and
The
forth
frizz.
between,
I
yeah,
love
between
it.
calling her Frizz, Miss Frizzle, all of the above. The Frizz, capital T,
The
obviously.
frizz. Yeah.
Yes. She is a white woman, yes, in her 20s or 30s, with, you guessed it, very frizzy hair.
Hmm.
It's orange, orange red. She wears it in a high, super messy bun. Every day she wears what, obviously handmade, hand sewn dress that has a motif on it of whatever they're going to learn today in class. So,
Yeah.
like, my episode I'll just tell you now is about space. So she comes out in a like bunch of
Okay.
planets all over her dress. So she's always
Nice.
on theme. She's got a little twinkle in her eye all the time, some type of like all knowing, like of what's going on and what's about to
Hmm.
go down on these field trips.
All
Um,
knowing,
yes,
perhaps.
perhaps a god. Nah, she's just a
Perhaps as if
witch.
she's able to, I was going to say, just a
Yeah,
witch who's able to like manipulate things
exactly.
to whatever
Manipulate
she wants
the
it.
future
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yes. And yes, like you said, she's zany. She's hyper yet level-headed, especially in the face of constant disaster. She's
Hmm.
kind-hearted and very motherly to these kids. She jokes around with them constantly and like a really good, great teacher. She wants the students to learn and discover on their own. Like,
Hmm.
she, like we said, they're getting into trouble a lot. They got a lot of lawyers on hand for sure because she's putting these kids
Hmm.
in dangerous situations, but it's for them
And
to
yeah,
learn. It's a little tough
Exactly.
love, I
She's
would say.
pushing the envelope
Yes.
in many ways, we'll put it
Yes.
that way. She's very experimental with her teaching mechanisms, but you know
Yes,
what? Did
exactly.
they
But
die though?
did
Did they
they
die
die
though?
though? Did we learn though? Did they learn though? Yes.
Yes. Are they more
So,
curious and intellectually like
right, they know how to
capable
critically
now?
think now and survive
Yes.
in insane situations. Yes. Survival
Yes.
skills and science skills are being learned
You're
here.
welcome. Hmm.
And yes, as you mentioned, Miss Frizzle is voiced by
Yeah.
the one and only Queen, who you know from a 60-year career in entertainment, starting as a
Hmm.
comedian on the classic, I love this show, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, which I grew up watching. She's won
Yes.
Tony Awards. She was in The West Wing. She has
Yes.
starred alongside Jane Fonda and Dolly fucking
Yes.
Parton in 9 to
I
5.
mean,
Again with Jane Fonda in the Netflix show Grace and Frankie. And that's just to name the tip of the iceberg of Lily Tomlin's career. Which, like, I,
Lily
similar to
Tomlin.
you, was floored,
Yeah.
flabbergasted when I
Yeah.
saw that information. Like,
Like out of my chair, like,
yes,
oh, come
she's,
on. Wanted to slam my laptop shut.
yeah,
Like, are
like,
you
no
fucking
wonder
kidding me? I know,
this.
exactly.
And I was like, how could you ever? I literally the perfect voice cast for her. Like,
Yeah. So
no one could have
soothing.
done it better.
So, yeah, truly. Like, so, like, when you think of the perfect teacher, so
Yes,
like her voice is so robust but so
yes,
calm at the
yes.
same
It's like
time.
soothing yet
Yeah,
happy and
powerful.
inspiring, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
calming effect and also like a little mysterious. It's
Yes.
just
Mm.
mm,
Perfect for a school
perfect
teacher
chef's
witch.
kiss. Yeah.
Perfect.
God, my dream.
Yeah, what an
So,
icon. Again, pulling no punches between her and Malcolm Jamal Warner. I'm like, wow.
well,
Just oh, but
Alexis,
wait,
let
there's
me tell
more.
you that
Okay.
I learned a lot about this show in my deep diving about the various special guest voice actors
Hmm.
that like would appear in an episode either as themselves or generally. And I don't know if some of these, definitely some of these are the original. I think some of these might be in the newer season as well, but some of these I'm like, these are definitely the original season because they're definitely not alive anymore. But
Oh, okay.
some
Yeah.
of them are, don't worry, including,
Okay.
speak of the devil, Dolly Parton, which you know Lily
Oh,
just
of
texted her,
course.
gave her a
Lily
quick
called her
call,
up.
and was
Hey,
like,
girl,
come on
doing this
down.
thing. You
Come
love the
on.
kids, right?
Yeah, come voice a little character for an
Yeah.
episode.
Oh,
We've
I can't
got,
wait. I really hope she plays like a country singer. Actually, you know what? I don't care. She got
you
Dolly
know,
Parton
anything.
could voice whoever. I would love to just see her
Exactly.
branch out, do whatever she wants in this world and in this life. She's the
Exactly.
queen. Let her live.
We've
Yeah.
got Dolly Parton, Carol Channing, Dom DeLuise,
Mm.
Winona
Mm.
Judd, Alex
Oh.
Trebek, Jessica Walter,
Oh.
Michael York, Dan Marino, yes, the football player,
Slow down. Slow down.
Eartha Kitt, Rosalind Chow, and apparently Tom Cruise. I
What a
know.
list. What
I
a
know.
fucking list.
That's
I'm
just the
still stuck on
highlights.
Jessica Walter too. She's one of my favorites.
I
Rest in
know.
peace.
Which is why I was like, this
Ah,
was
rest
definitely
in
the
peace.
original show that like
Yeah.
they voiced on because yeah, some of them aren't anymore.
Yeah.
But like, yes, I hope Jessica
Wow.
Walter played her Arrested
An angry
Development, her
mother.
Archer character, exactly. Just
Exactly.
anything as an angry
Um,
mom.
Apparently she was cast as Mallory Archer because of her role
In
in
Arrested
Arrested
Development,
Development. Yeah, they were like they literally
this is who
modeled
we need.
Mallory after, yeah,
Yes, and the
after her
hair's the
character. Yeah,
same, everything.
exactly. They're like, no, it has to be Jessica Walter.
I
Rest in
know.
peace, Queen.
I
Anyways,
know. But like
so wow,
what a
what a
list.
fucking cast.
I
It's
know. It's
incredible.
mwah,
Imagine
perfection.
pooling that much talent. I
I
mean,
know.
so yeah, I would say after this, then just based off of that list you just gave, the other show we've done that even like pales in comparison to this
Yeah.
is only like maybe the Wild Thornberries.
Yeah, like
Because like
Wild
think about that
Thornberries.
list of that's crazy, that list of
Yeah.
actors.
Yes, it's like Wild Thornberries. And then I think the newer seasons of Scooby-Doo, like they have
Oh, that's
one
right.
entire like series where it's
Right.
always like a guest star.
A new
But
yeah.
I don't know. I think this is still more impressive because it wasn't
Yeah.
about just having a famous person on as themselves or something. And like,
Right.
I don't know. Some of these are just truly like
It was bringing them
I,
as actors and not as cameos or
exactly.
whatever.
And it's like you could only get like this list of people who like in their fields changed the game. You know, like,
Yeah.
again, Dan Marino, LOL,
Yeah,
but
Dan
like
Marino. I was like, what the heck? Tom
Dom
Cruise?
DeLuise, Eartha
I
Kitt,
didn't know
even
Tom
Tom
Cruise ever did
Cruise.
voice acting, even if it
Yeah.
was just for one episode of all things, it would, of course, be the Magic School Bus.
Yes,
He's like, excuse me, I
exactly.
only touch greatness. All
Yes, I'm
right.
such
Other
perfection.
than Vanilla
Thank you.
Sky. But other than that, if
For voice
if I'm
acting,
in
it will
it,
only be a
yeah,
perfect show.
exactly.
So, yes, I'm
Interesting.
sure there's more. Again, I just found this list on Wikipedia and I can't
Wow.
wait to like. So, I mean,
Dive
hopefully
in
it's
more.
true. You
Yeah,
guys
we
know I
come
didn't
across
cross
some of
check
them.
it, but I believe
Um,
it.
I'm
So,
gonna find the episode with Jessica Walter, and if you haven't already put it on your
please,
list,
I
I'm
haven't
doing
actively
it. I
looked, but
need to know
please
who
find it.
she voices. Yeah,
Yes.
well, that'll be my project today, finding that
Yes,
episode.
please, dear God. So, yes, that was a lot of background on the show.
Yes.
So,
Well
let's
done.
get into the episode. Season
Mhm.
1, Episode 1. We start off in the Frizz's classroom where the students are setting up a big, cardboard, like giant mobile of our solar system.
Mm.
So,
That's right. You
as
said
they're
they're going to
doing
space.
this, a guest comes into the classroom. And this guest is scoffing at the mobile, being like, my class did it so much better. Like, you're only
Oh.
now just getting to the solar system, like curriculum. You're so far behind.
Mm.
And this happens to be Arnold's cousin, who is
Oh.
named Janet and looks literally just like him, except she has like a skirt and a differently striped shirt. She's got like Arnold's super curly, short red hair and glasses. And Janet is from the classroom next door, and she is
Mm.
unimpressed with this
Mm.
class, which to I say, like, where's your teacher? What are you doing in here?
Yeah, why are you out of class right now?
Yeah,
Demerit,
clearly class is
detention.
happening. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
But clearly school's in session. Go back to your
What are
class.
you doing
Someone
here?
get this
Get the fuck
brat.
out of my classroom.
Okay. We're gonna be asking this the entire episode about her being like, someone get control of your child. Okay. Get her out of here.
Teachers and parents alike.
Yes. And she continues to sit there and critique the mobile. All the other students are like, and Arnold's like so embarrassed by this. He's already quiet. And then his cousin walks in and is like berating everyone and saying that they are this is so lame. The other
Yeah.
students are just kind of rolling their eyes, being like, okay, damn it, Janet, which I had to put in because that's all I could think of this
Nice.
entire song,
Yeah.
like time
Nice.
singing
Nice.
the Rocky Horror Picture Show song. But one of them is like, okay, so if you're so much better than us, why are you here?
They're like
Like,
facts.
why are you in here?
Get real for a second. Take
Yeah.
her down a peg. It's like,
Yeah. And I
okay, you have
was
something better to do than hang out with us idiots then if
right.
you're
But like,
so
if we're so much
intelligent.
below you, what are you doing here with
What the
us?
fuck are you doing here? Yeah.
No one else to hang out with, it seems. Interesting. But Janet tells them that it's because Arnold won't shut up about how great Miss Frizzle is, and he won't stop talking about their crazy field trips. And
Oh,
so
she's
Janet
jealous.
Janet says, no, I'm not jealous. I'm here to prove it. He has to prove that these quote unquote field trips are happening. So I'm here to basically, she doesn't believe him. And she's like, well, prove it, Arnold. Like, pictures or it didn't happen. Okay. And so far, she's unimpressed with the class.
I'm just going to throw a wild speculation theory out about Janet real quick
Let's hear
now.
it.
I actually think she's a plant from the Department of Education investigating claims against Mrs. Frizzle.
You know what? I believe half of that. I think Janet might be a plant, but we'll see who it might be from
Oh,
as we go
okay.
on, because Janet
Interesting.
might have some nefarious deeds that she gets up to in
Oh,
this episode.
damn it,
So,
Janet.
just then, though, damn it, Janet. Miss Frizzle joins them right on cue. Like I mentioned earlier, she's got a fab blue dress on covered in planets and stars, and she says it's field trip time. So Arnold is like, hell yeah, you're gonna eat your words, Janet. Get on that
Hmm.
fucking bus. Who cares that your teacher doesn't know where you are?
That
Get
we're
on here.
kidnapping you.
So they load on the bus and they head to the planetarium.
Nice.
Yes, classic. And Janet is living for how pedestrian this field trip is. She's like, the planetarium? Like, we've gone there for field trip 1,000 times. Like,
Doubt
she
it.
is, yeah, Prove it, Janet. Prove
That
it.
1,000? Really, Janet?
Let me see 1,000
1,000?
ticket stubs. Let me
Yeah.
see 1,000 field trip permission slips. I didn't think so.
This is how you got to treat annoying kids, honestly. Just,
Dish it back to them.
yeah, exactly.
Treat
Match
others
their
how you want to be
energy.
treated, Janet.
Yeah,
Okay. Golden
exactly.
rule. So, yeah, Janet continues to be a jerk and ridicules Arnold even more when it turns out the planetarium is closed.
Oh, that
And it was,
stinks.
yeah, it's pretty, I mean, honestly, pretty embarrassing for Arnold to
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
to have this happen.
Yeah.
So Miss Frizzle apologizes and she starts driving the bus back to school, saying she's so sorry. Yes, Alexis.
Miss Frizzle's like, we don't need a stupid planetarium. We can just fucking go to space ourselves. Sorry, I know. I was gonna wait, but you already said they're going to space, and I mean, I've seen this episode before, so it's
But
long ago, but still,
the way you just described it though is
we
so
have space at
on.
home.
But the way that it happens is so, it's exactly what you just said, but also even better because she's driving back to school being all coy, and Arnold runs up to her and he's like, please, Miss Frizzle, like, save my ass right now. I'm looking like a damn fool. Like, can we please do
Oh
something
my
cool? Like,
God,
I'm gonna look like
sorry.
I'm never gonna hear the end of this. Thanksgiving is gonna be hell with this cousin. And
Oh
Miss
Lord.
Frizzle, every time she gets a field trip idea, her earrings glow, like in every episode.
Oh, I
So
don't
you
think I
see
ever
her,
noticed that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so you see her earrings glow, and she goes, ah, why didn't I think of that? And like
Oh no.
winks, and she pulls a lever, and yes, the bus transforms into a whole ass spaceship. All of the kids are now in a spacesuit, and she goes, kids, we're headed for the only planetarium open 24/7. So yeah, she basically said, fuck your
Space.
planetarium. We don't need your planetarium.
Honestly, I find it kind of hard to believe that a science teacher wouldn't check the hours of the planetarium. I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure this was the plan all along. She's
Yeah,
like, oh, it's closed today. Well,
you gotta
and
arrange that in advance with the museum.
the waiver that the parents signed said that they consent to take the kids to the planetarium. So
Planetarium.
she's like, I took them to the planetarium. We just launched into space directly from there.
Right, that's why she had to make the first
That's
stop.
how she, that's how she gets
That's
away
how the
with all this
lawyers
stuff.
told her to get away with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
took
take
them
them to the
to the
planetarium.
planetarium.
I did that.
Yeah,
What
that was
else
what
do
you
you
said.
want?
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
What's the
Yeah.
problem here? I held on my end of the deal. Thank you. So,
Oh, Lord.
yes, the magic school bus, a whole ass spaceship, launches right into the stratosphere, right into space.
Incredible.
And we're going to do a little tour here of the solar system.
Ooh, yay.
So, our
Do
first
tell.
stop, they all are wearing like SPF, like 8,000 sunglasses as they do a quick loop around the sun, obviously the center of
Wow.
our solar system and the starting point on their journey. I know, right?
That bus is super magic.
That bus,
As far as we know, that's impossible.
yeah, exactly.
So,
That bus is, this is powerful witchcraft.
it is.
This is a powerful wish we have right here
Yeah.
for them not to immediately like incinerate and
I'm adding
implode.
her. I'm adding her to the list of like most powerful witches in fiction right now. It's like the Scarlet Witch from the Marvel universe, Miss
Miss
Frizzle.
Frizzle. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You know what? I'd put Miss Frizzle first because she hasn't gotten sued somehow.
that's true. True.
So,
That's super powerful.
yeah, that's she got the law on her side somehow here.
Yeah.
So, after the loop around the sun, they head to the first planet in our solar system, which is Mercury. And they land
Hmm.
on Mercury. It's a small, fast, rocky planet. And fun fact, despite it being the closest to the sun, it's not the hottest planet in our solar system. But
Oh,
it does have the most extreme temperature swings in the solar system from like
interesting.
day to night type of thing.
Yeah.
So the kids pile out of the bus and they're all having fun jumping around. You know, the gravity's different. They're having a hoot. Also, they're literally in space on a different planet. So obviously, they're
Mhm.
having a good time.
Yeah.
And everyone's having too much of a good time, including Arnold, that no one notices Janet, who
Forgot
gets out
about
a
her.
shovel and starts digging in a crater until she finds chunks of meteorite, which, if like many planets, litter the planets, makes a bunch of holes, makes a bunch of craters.
Yeah.
And Janet starts taking meteorite chunks and putting them in the back of the magic school bus because she is now gathering evidence to prove to her other classmates that she went to space and they did not.
Oh, so now yeah, oh yeah, see, Miss Frizzle's field trips
Mhm.
are the best. See, I went on one.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
this
not a big deal,
bitch.
but I have a hookup with the best
Hi.
teacher in school. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
I've
just
always thought she was the best and she had the best field trips. I never doubted Miss
straight up
Frizzle.
turncoat here. Like,
Yeah, can't stand this little girl.
no, she is absolutely the worst. And again, what the is she a plant for someone else also
I
stealing
know.
space
Like
rocks?
space
I
rocks.
think she's here for big oil and gas industry.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it.
like
She's here to
Starlink.
collect to
Like,
see what they can mine on these different
yeah,
planets. Yeah, she's
exactly.
early
Blue
SpaceX.
Origin. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She is going to try and see what we
Uh,
can mine, what is viable, just making her a worse and worse character.
yes.
So they load in, none the wiser about Janet's interplanetary smuggling, and they head to the next planet, which is Venus. Straight up,
Mm.
imagine this, how they animated it. It's straight up Arrakis in the middle of a sandstorm. That's what
Oh
it looks
wow,
like.
great.
Yeah. It's not necessarily a sandstorm, but it's like all like hazy and looks like gas.
Okay. Yeah.
And the kids are like, this gas is a little scary. Like it's a little cloudy. And the Frizz shouts to the kids and goes, "Oh, yes, this is just some deadly poison filling the air.
Okay.
So get
No
those
need to be
spacesuits
alarmed,
on.
kids.
Keep those space
Yeah, make
helmets
sure your helmets
locked."
are on.
And as the kids are like,
Valuable
well,
lesson.
we're learning how to survive in this show. This is a
Hmm.
survival show,
And on
actually.
Venus.
It's
Yeah.
not even a science show, straight up survival
It's
show.
survival. Yeah.
So, as the kids and Miss Frizz continue to play and hop around the planet and, not get poisoned to death by this gas, Janet
Hmm.
now grabs Arnold from the fun and helps her and forces her to help her mine Venus, aka dig up more space rocks and hide it into the back of the bus. And it's really clear that like he does not want to do this, but she's literally like dragging him by his spacesuit collar, probably
Dang.
threatening him that she's gonna, open up, like take off his space helmet to expose him to the
Yeah.
deadly gas if he doesn't help her.
It's like, I'll kill
She's
you
that
if you
kind
don't
of
help me.
psycho. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wouldn't put it past this 10-year-old girl.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, they get some more rocks now from Venus and put it in the back of the bus. They skip right over Earth. Been there, done that.
Man,
Yada
lame.
yada yada.
It's a swamp water planet anyways.
Exactly.
Backwoods.
Barely
Nothing special.
habitable anymore. Even in the
No.
90s, we're killing it anyways.
Yeah.
So next we go to Mars. We land at one of the poles on Mars, which is covered in ice. And this time, Janet is like, "Ooh, ice. I'm going to take some ice blocks," which I guess won't melt for whatever reason. And
Yeah.
yes, again, she forces Arnold to like pick away at these ice cubes. And as she does this, we see her greediness, not her generosity. Hashtag to our last episode.
Don't take me back to Animalia,
Don't
please.
get that name out of your
Don't
mouth.
mention that ever again. Yeah. We're getting two ends of the spectrum of PBS, okay? We're literally this is the best show ever. Let's stay on
Yes.
this side.
Let's stay focused here. Stay focused.
Yeah.
But yes, she is getting greedy and she also has some jars and decides to collect some of like the red dust on Mars.
Okay.
And
Yeah, she's
they
definitely
load,
working for Elon Musk.
telling you,
Sorry.
yeah, once they hit Mars and she was taking a lot, I was like, this bitch.
SpaceX.
Yeah. So as they're putting a bunch of ice cubes and red dust jars on the bus, we see the bus kind of groan as they're piling them in there. Like
Mm,
this is starting to get a lot. It's starting to not be easy to hide anymore as it's stacking
yeah.
up, behind like the last seat and the end of the bus, the back of the bus.
Mm,
And also at this point, like the bus lifts off and it's just kind of like tutting its way through. It's going through an asteroid belt right now, which is after Mars, there's a big one. And this bus
mm.
is like huffing and puffing its way to get through
Yikes.
here. Like it is struggling to get through. And as Miss Frizz is telling them about the asteroid belt, telling them some fun facts and that kind of stuff, Janet is getting antsy because, of course, she wants a piece of asteroid. Because otherwise, how will she prove that they even passed through the asteroid belt? I ask you. Janet asks you.
Oh, good
And
Lord.
Miss Frizz, though, like won't stop. There's nowhere to land here. I'm just telling you about it. Take pictures, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's a little dangerous, you know.
A little
Okay.
dangerous. It becomes even more dangerous when Janet goes right up to the front and pulls the emergency brake on the bus, making it jolt to a halt and preventing it from maneuvering out of the way of an asteroid that slams into the bus. Yeah. Damn it, Janet.
Janet, damn it, Janet. Now her proof that they went through the asteroid belt is the insurance claim, and or just the fact that they're there. They're still there. They are stuck in the asteroid belt now, or yeah.
Her proof now is her death,
Is
basically. When a
exactly.
satellite
Except no
spots
one
this
will know how
floating
she
bus full of
died.
children. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
yes, the computer system completely breaks down now. That's on board the school bus. It totally turns off. Literally, all the kids are screaming because now they realize they are stuck in space, like you just
Mm-hmm.
said. They are now stuck here.
Yeah.
But the never frazzled Miss Frizzle tells them not to worry. Like, we can go on the roof and make some repairs, aka do some witchcraft, probably.
I know. It's like what repairs?
She's doing those spells where the kids can't see. Exactly. So she goes up onto the roof with Liz and she makes Janet come as well because this is obviously her freaking fault to
Yeah.
help repair stuff on the roof. Probably also getting her out of the way so the kids don't immediately murder her for,
Yeah.
forcing them
She's
to
a
now die in
liability down
space.
there. Hmm.
But of course, Janet continues to suck, and instead of helping Miss Frizzle, she pulls out a rope and decides to lasso an asteroid that she's going to just tie to the back of the bus to bring home with them, like to drag home. And as she does lasso one, but as
Okay,
she's
cool.
pulling it in, this 10-year-old child obviously can't control an asteroid. Oh, Alexis, even worse. It would be great if it flung Janet off attached
Actually,
to
yeah,
the
problem
asteroid.
solved.
Yeah,
Fix the
that would
bus
be
and
it.
go home.
It'd be fine. But no, instead, it comes
Great, even.
it comes careening right at the Frizz and Liz, who have to leap out of the way to avoid it.
Oh.
But remember, in space, if you start one direction and nothing is going to propel you like a rocket in the other direction, you're
Hmm.
just moving that
There you
direction
go.
forever until you run
Forever.
into something else.
Yeah.
And Frizz and Liz were not tied to anything. So now the Frizz and
Mm.
Liz are literally just floating off into space,
Mm.
waving as they approach their definitely inevitable death here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That would be
naturally,
terrifying.
Janet, because she had been sitting on the bus, pulled the asteroid down, wasn't near her to hit, so she's still fine and on the top of the bus here. And now, when Janet comes back in, and she has to admit what happened and that Frizz and Liz are gone
Oh, yeah, they're
now.
gone.
They're absolutely gone.
They're gone. Gone
It,
where? Oh, no, they're just gone.
I know they're gone. They left you.
Technically?
Yeah, technically I'm not wrong. Not by their own free will,
Yeah.
but they left. They decided to leave so they wouldn't get hit by an asteroid that I flung at them on
Yeah.
accident. And Alexis, it straight up devolves within a blink to Lord of the Flies in here. Like,
Oh, no.
these kids are going to govern themselves, and guess who's
Yeah.
enemy number one here? Janet.
Mm. Janet.
But luckily, mutiny and or murder get put briefly on hold because Frizzle is able to radio in onto the bus somehow. And she says in like a very dreamy voice that like definitely sounds like she's dead. Like this, if I was on the bus, I would feel like
She's
this is a
like, yeah,
ghost.
calling
We've
them
all
from the
already
astral plane.
died. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's an astral plane coming to us right now for sure, which she's a witch. She can probably plane hop.
Maybe, yeah.
And she says, I'm headed out towards one of the outer planets. I know there's no map, but use your knowledge of the solar system to find me. And it's true, there's no map now of the solar system.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Alexis, again, the mutiny and murder get put on pause once again
Ah.
because the only person who's completed the solar system curriculum lesson plan in this
Mm.
school thus far is not Miss Frizzle's class, but Janet's class.
Ugh. You
So they
know
need
what?
her now. They can't get
Mm.
rid of her. She's the only one
Good
who
plot
knows.
point.
I
That's a
know.
great twist.
Great
Man,
twist.
oh
You can't
man.
kill
Now
her.
these
You need
kids,
her.
exactly. You gotta calm your emotions for a second,
Yep.
let her do her
Janet,
thing, and then kill
make
her as
yourself
soon as she finds
valuable.
Miss Frizzle. Miss Frizzle, yeah.
Exactly. Really extend this time to make your own plot of
Hmm.
how to escape with also all of your
Exactly.
things. So Janet, of course, now is driving the bus. Like they were able to like get at least the bus up and running and moving again. And they head towards the next planet, Jupiter. And of course, Janet is driving. So she's like, I want to go to the famous Jupiter's red spot, which is this giant storm on Jupiter. It makes a
Hmm.
giant red eye, a giant red spot. And she wants to get some of the gas. Yes?
Yes, let's go into the storm that has perpetually been going on like as long as mankind has existed and that there is no answer or scientific explanation for to our human brains. Yes, let's go into that. Sounds
At
like a
first,
calm, fun afternoon. Yeah.
just a quick little field trip with the kids.
Yeah.
I
Gonna
took
go
them to
check
the
out the red eye
planetarium.
of Jupiter.
Yeah.
No big deal.
And Alexis, the kids are thinking this too. They're all screaming
Good.
no. And Miss Frizz, luckily again at the perfect time, comes on the radio to say, nope, I'm not on Jupiter. So all the kids are like, phew,
Thank God.
we don't have to check. But Janet, she's seeing red, let me tell you. She nosedives the bus straight towards Jupiter, straight towards the literal eye of the storm. And she leaves the driver's seat in order to like reach out and like scoop up some of the gas, truly leaving the bus just careening towards the storm and the surface of Jupiter. So one of the kids, whoever it
She's
was,
crazy.
jumps into the driver's seat and has to like yank it back up in order to not all just die. There's
Die.
no other option. They would have just simply perished and died
Yeah, they would have died. You
immediately.
cannot survive, one, through that storm, and
Yeah,
two, I imagine once you
the
actually
kids
get to the
landing.
surface of Jupiter,
Yeah.
it's even worse. Isn't it all gas?
Yeah,
I
I think it's
forget. Or is
one of
that
the most
Saturn? I think
gaseous
it, yeah.
planets. Yeah.
And it's like super, super dangerous gas. Anyways.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
So,
God, Janet. Man.
yeah, damn it, Janet.
Damn it, Janet.
So, luckily, yes, the kid is able to steer away from that, and they start heading towards Saturn, that Janet is directing them towards. But as they go towards Saturn, Miss Frizzle comes on saying now a riddle for the kids instead of saying I'm not on Saturn. She goes, I'm
Okay.
somewhere cold and dark. The colder you get, the warmer you'll be to find me. So if you're
Okay.
getting cold, you're actually getting
Ah.
warmer.
Okay.
And Janet, of course, is like, yeah, 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 but let's check out Saturn here. Like, get me back in that driver's seat, y'all. I directed you to Saturn. Now let's get down there. You know what, the kids though? At some point,
They're over it.
we can figure out a map. At some
Yeah.
point, we'll just head towards a shiny object, and that could be a planet or a star. Fuck it. Who needs a map? They finally stand up against Janet, refuse to let her waste their time with another selfish spot, especially one that they don't think the Frizz is on.
Yeah.
Um, and Janet, Janet is like, you know what? Fine. You guys don't want me to go down to Saturn? Well, then you won't get my help at all getting to the next planets. And she refuses to navigate them further. But again, the kids at this point are like, worth it. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
She can't
And
know
it,
that much more about space travel than they do. She took one
yeah,
lesson.
we need a
She
mobile.
took fourth grade science, you
Yeah,
know? Like,
we'll figure it out somehow here.
yeah.
And so Wanda, who's the adventurous one, she jumps right into
Yes.
the driver's seat and she's like, great, I'll drive. Arnold, keep control of your cousin. And we
Babysit her.
see To keep Janet maintained, Arnold, he puts her in a seat. He sits her on his lap doing the classic, I'm just going to weigh you down. I'm a little bigger than you that kids do. And he
Mm-hmm.
buckles them both into that seat. So he's using his body weight to restrain her at this point.
Mm-hmm. What
Just,
by any means
yeah,
necessary,
just the seatbelt
you
was
know?
not enough. We got to
No.
restrain her more.
Yeah.
And of course, she's like fighting back, that kind of thing. But I only mention this exact detail of how they're restraining her because Janet, at first, is trying to negotiate her way to freedom before she fights back. But I was like, what she says, I was like, PBS, please. There's children watching.
Oh
Because as they're
no.
getting to the next planet with a child, with her cousin sitting on her lap, Janet is like, see, Uranus doesn't even do a thing for me. So you can get off of
Oh.
me now.
Ha ha ha
Yeah.
ha.
Even it's saying she doesn't want to go visit that planet, but also saying Uranus doesn't do a thing for me.
Your ass
Come
isn't
on,
doing it.
come on,
Yeah.
PBS. Clean it
Right.
up.
That's
Clean
pretty
it up here.
good.
I know. I was
I
like,
don't know.
you can't
Here
not
for it.
do Uranus joke.
Listen,
You
they
can't not
knew
do it.
parents would be watching. It literally, it's legally required. That was
Yeah.
part of the government funding was like,
Yeah.
listen, if you're
NSF
going
was
to get
like, you
these
gotta
grants
say
from
this.
NASA, then you
Yeah.
better make a Uranus joke, all right?
Right. It's actually codified in law. Thank you.
Yeah, they knew parents were watching with kids. They're like, we got to at
Yep.
least throw one thing in there for.
We got to.
But
And they
the
sure
worst
did.
part is that it's a cousin saying it to a cousin. It would be a
That's
little
would have been even
better. Yeah,
worse.
that's the part that I don't like, but good
Yes,
joke otherwise.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, because she's restrained, they pass up that they go by Uranus and head to the next planet, Neptune. They just pass right by Uranus, no interest. But both are
There's a lot
too
of gas around that. You gotta be careful.
you can't land at Uranus. It's too gassy today,
Gassy.
too dangerous.
We'll see ourselves out now.
You can't legally required. We would get
Yeah,
sued if we
sorry.
didn't
That's what
say
they
those
told us.
things. They
Hmm.
told us. And they head to the next planet, which is Neptune. And at some point within all of this, um, Miss Frizzle also had said on the intercom or the radio that like she also can see the stars. Like the stars are so bright where she has landed. And so they're like, okay, Neptune is
Oh,
way too cloudy for you to
yeah.
be able to see the stars. So like she's not on Neptune either. Let's
Gotcha.
keep going. At this point, also, Janet has started physically fighting Arnold to get off of her because she
Mm.
is pissed that they're surpassing these two planets and is desperate to go collect evidence. And now, Alexis, we pause, we digress for a moment here to
Yeah.
get to an interesting part of our story, a complicated part of our story, because
Yeah.
all good science changes and evolves.
Yes.
Truly, in science, we don't actually know anything. We just have the best theories.
Theories.
Like that is how science works. We just have the strongest theory of something. But science is never finishes. It's always learning and growing. And
Mhm.
this episode in 1994. But we're in 2025. A
Yeah.
lot has changed, including some things that now impact the information presented on this show.
Yeah.
And we get Alexis now to a thing that was perpetuated by some, aided and abetted by millions, and developed into what I consider the largest, most significant trial of our lifetime, Alexis. The
Hmm.
case of Pluto.
Enri Pluto. Pluto versus science. Yeah.
Pluto versus our solar system.
Yeah.
Yes, Pluto versus the International Astronomical Union, because we'll get to
Yeah.
them in a
Do
second.
tell. Yeah, I'm interested. I
Yes,
forget where we are on this in this part of the history of science right now, but
yes. Well,
I don't know.
I will tell
I
you.
think I'm still in the 90s, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yes. So, dear listeners who aren't millennials or older, back in our
Hmm.
day, there were nine, yes, nine planets that were considered part of our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto.
Hmm.
But then in 2006, Alexis, I didn't realize what a dark year 2006 was.
Yeah.
First, Steve Irwin died that year.
Ah, that's right. God damn, that was a
Next,
tough year for science, man.
I know, a dark year. Because next, the International Astronomical Union declared to the world at large that Pluto was now reclassified from a planet to just a dwarf planet, meaning it's no longer one of our 9 planets.
Lies. We ride for
Basically,
Pluto. At least
we
I
ride at
do.
dawn.
Yes.
Basically, what happened was they re-examined it as they're always doing and realized that
Yes. Fair.
Pluto didn't fit the criteria of what actually makes up a planet. And the biggest thing was that it couldn't clear its orbital region of other objects. So basically, that means
Mm,
that its orbit, Pluto's orbit, overlaps with other objects in like the
Kuiper belt.
Kuiper belt. I don't know how to say it
Kuiper belt.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kuiper belt, Kuiper, Kuiper belt. So because it does this, it means that
Interesting.
Pluto doesn't have its own gravitational dominance. So like all of the
Oh,
actual other planets, like they have a bunch of moons because they are like the
there we
gravity
go. Okay.
of
Yeah.
this area.
I was gonna say. So
And
basically, it
so,
means it doesn't have its own moon. So it can't be a planet because it doesn't have a
yeah, or
moon.
like other,
Generally,
like,
that's a layman's way of explaining
yeah,
it,
like
kind of.
it doesn't take control of the other objects around it.
Yeah.
Instead, it
Like
overlaps
our
with
moon
them.
has a gravitational pull to us. The moons of
Yes,
Saturn have, okay.
exactly.
And
And
Pluto
like
doesn't
Earth,
have that
yeah, exactly. Like
with others.
Pluto basically is not like the king of its domain, like within its
Yes.
orbit. Like other things are overlapping with it, and other things like are
Hmm.
stronger than it or the same amount as it.
You
So
know
that's
what? The
what a
underdog
dwarf
can be a
planet
king too one day, though. I
you
just,
just gotta believe. But
yeah.
basically, yeah, the IAU was like, if we consider this one a planet, we have to consider all of the dwarf planets as planets, which then suddenly
No, you
are
don't.
huge. I know. The
You can
trial
have one
continues.
outlier.
You already said it, no takesies
The
backsies.
exactly.
That's the key to the scientific method.
Like the
That's
antithesis of
Scholastic.
science. Like, no, you can deviate from the rule this one time just to
Yeah,
make people
exceptions.
happy.
Exceptions
Yeah,
to the
there
rule.
can always be an exception.
So,
Like,
yes.
like no, that's why there's lawyers on one side and scientists on the other. I'm using my lawyer mind. Like, no, there is always one exception to the
There's
rule.
always an exception to the rule, which does,
Mm-mm.
same in science, there are exceptions, but
Yeah, but
not
this is
willing to
it's a
bend
good
with
point.
this one because around
That's
this
a good point.
time, yes, they started discovering a bunch of other similar objects, aka dwarf planets, and fit the same criteria as Pluto. So, yes, it got demoted. Again, everyone
Hmm.
was heartbroken. And sometimes science is hard. Sometimes you gotta have tough love, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Is
But
and that's it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
good. I was gonna get back into the
Oh,
show.
I thought that like more recently, since 2006, there was another some sort of breakthrough about Pluto, but maybe not. Maybe I'm retconning it in my
It
mind because I'm like,
it
no,
could have
isn't it a
just
planet
been
again?
no, it's not a planet again. It's probably just
Okay.
discovering more
Or
about
sorry, a
dwarf
regular.
planets and
Gotcha.
like that they're still
Or
learning
I
about.
should say, isn't it part of our solar system again? I
Oh,
guess is probably the better way to phrase it, but it's I
yeah, it's
guess
like
they're
it's
like, nah,
still in our solar system, but it's just not one of the planets
the planets.
officially
Okay.
in it, I guess.
Hmm.
Probably. I don't know.
Hmm.
But
Well.
I request to you, Alexis, and to your listeners and viewers to
Mhm.
suspend your disbelief and go back to the innocent times of 1994 when
That's easy for
Pluto
me.
was still a ninth planet and
Still
you
a
and
planet in
I
my heart, or
were
ninth
one or two
planet in
years
my heart.
old. Yes,
Yeah.
living in bliss.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, yes, in this
Those
case,
were the days.
we do go to Pluto, which again, this is probably why we, as 90s kids, loved Pluto because we went to
Yeah. Miss
Pluto in
Frizzle
this
was
show.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
we go to
assuming at least she's
Pluto.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of the
Yeah.
universe here, end of the solar
I know. I
system.
was like, if not, then we've got
Better
bigger
fucking be. Yeah, we're
problems.
going to the
Yeah.
full galaxy here if that's the issue.
Exactly. We have to find another solar system, you
Yeah,
mean? And
fuck.
find her
Yeah. This turns
there.
into three body problem.
Oh no. You're putting way too much pressure on these kids. You're asking them to
Yeah.
discover something
They cannot
for,
solve this
yeah,
problem.
that's incredible. Wow.
So, yes, they land on Pluto, and Janet is able to get free because Arnold joins the search party for Miss Frizzle and Liz, who, yes, they do find just chin-chilling on Pluto, having a great time.
Nice.
But who's not having a great time is the Magic School Bus. It has
Mm,
so much shit in the back of it now that it is like barely inching along.
mm.
Janet is filling it up with more shit, more rocks from Pluto, which, at this point, probably worth a lot of money to be able to say, I've got Pluto rocks, which also fun fact, actually, about Pluto. When
Yeah.
this episode came out, we didn't know what the surface of Pluto looked like. I think in
Oh,
1994 might have been when they launched the first satellite that would eventually look at Pluto.
yeah, years later it got there
Yes,
or something.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
So, anyways, that's just
how,
fun fact.
how, how did
Now
they
we know.
do? Yeah, but like in the show, how
It
did
in the
they?
show, it's just like a gray, rocky planet.
Okay.
That's really cold.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all they got for this one. They
Yeah,
were
I
like,
guess
well, it's
okay.
pretty
So
icy
yeah,
out here.
we did know it's cold at that point. We just didn't know
Yes,
what that looked like.
actually
Okay. So
physically
they
looked like, because we hadn't
yeah,
seen it yet fully.
interesting.
So anyways, that's just fun fact. And I don't know the exact years that we launched that satellite or when we actually got the images
Hmm.
back, but just at this time, I think I read that like they
It
actually
wasn't
didn't
by
know what it looked like.
1994.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, anyways, yes, Janet is being annoying again and getting a bunch of different rocks. And the bus is just like, it's sagging fully at this point. Like its eyes are looking tired and strained. And finally, when the bus sees the frizz, it is so relieved that it just finally like gives up. You know, it
Mm,
just plops down
yeah.
onto the
It's
planet,
like
onto
I
the
found you.
surface. Yeah, like when you're just so tired and then finally you can like fall into someone's arms, like that's what happens.
Yeah.
It basically falls into her arms, like, help me, and
Hmm.
falls over.
Do
And
your
as
magic.
it does this, all of the doors of the bus seem to explode open, sending rocks and ice cubes and jars of dust and gas all over the place. And it also
Mm.
tumbling out with all of these, this landslide basically, is Janet, of course, who is just, mid arms full of Pluto rocks and just gets ejected from the bus at the same time,
Mm.
caught red handed,
Gotcha.
essentially. Yeah,
Gotcha.
gotcha. But the kids now all see this shit and they're like, yeah, we're not putting all of this back on the bus. Like,
Mm-mm.
we're
You get
not
one.
bringing,
You can bring one back with you.
not even, we hate you, Janet.
I know, true. I'm trying to be
Janet, fuck
diplomatic,
you.
okay?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I just leave her at this point. It's like, fine, you want them so bad? Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Plug for our YouTube. A lot of facial reactions here between us.
Uh,
So, yes, all of her shit explodes out into this giant pile, and everyone is refusing to repack the bus. But Janet is not fucking having it because, like, what's better than pictures or it didn't happen? Hard
mm,
evidence. Or else I can't
yeah,
brag to my class, who all probably hate me, which is why I'm probably so mean and a bragger,
yeah. My
that
teacher doesn't
I'm
even notice I'm gone for crying
right,
out loud.
exactly.
It's
No
pretty
one's looking
bad.
for me. I'm
No.
acting out for attention here by thinking I'm better than everyone else. And I can prove it by bringing to my other classmates all of these planet rocks and things.
Hmm.
So, stubborn as a mule, Janet sits on her pile of treasures and says she's not moving until all of the stuff comes with her. To
Okay,
which
bye,
I
bitch.
say, and other kids are like looking at each other.
You
I,
heard her.
I'm not going to say it, but she kind of said it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's putting us in a hard place here. We had no choice.
Hardly. Not really.
Right.
It's like she said it. She wants to stay.
Yeah, we
Bye,
had no
guys.
choice but to leave her. So I don't know. She kind of set herself
Yeah.
up for this failure, I would
Yeah.
say.
Hmm.
So the one person, though, who's like, you know, Thanksgiving would be pretty, even worse if I
My
didn't
parents would kill me.
bring my cousin back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Arnold is begging and pleading with her to just like give it up already. Come back. All the students are loading up into the bus now. Like, just come back. Okay. Get back
Hmm.
here. It's fine. You have all of us to vouch for you. Like, stop being so stubborn. And
Hmm.
Janet is just digging her heels in, being just absolutely the worst, being like, I refuse, and you can't tell me what to do, Arnold. But Arnold is desperate. And yes, desperate times call for desperate measures. But
Hmm.
Alexis, I was so unprepared for what
Oh no.
Arnold decided to do.
Mm.
Because he wasn't getting through to her via begging, appealing to common sense. So he decides he must play on an innate survival mechanism for your clan, for your family, to keep each other alive. And Arnold
Hmm.
says, Janet, fine. Do you want to know what will happen to you if we leave you on this planet by yourself without the
Oh,
bus? You want to know what will happen, Janet? And this
what?
motherfucker, Arnold is hard. Arnold rips his space helmet off and immediately freezes. Like he becomes an iceberg immediately. Like not even like a second of his face being exposed that he is not immediately turned to ice because Pluto's average temperature is negative 369 degrees
Ow.
Fahrenheit, negative
Oh my God.
223 Celsius. Like he literally just immediately is
He
dead.
froze so hard or
He
so
dies.
quickly that he couldn't even, he's dead. Well, technically he's preserved maybe
Yeah, like
also,
I don't
though.
even think
Everything,
he could
yeah,
run out of breath. Like this is like
exactly.
a
He
like
froze
Avatar
too
Aang
fast to even,
situation.
yeah.
Can
It's like
survive due
freezing
to the
so
ice.
fast too that you can't even feel the pain of like frostbite. Like you just
Yeah,
immediately, it like maybe
just
you feel pins for like a fraction of a millisecond for a
yeah.
thousandth of a
And now
millisecond,
you're
but like,
like cryogenically frozen, basically.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Wow.
he is simply an iceberg.
Good
And
Lord.
luckily, I know I was like, this went
Kid is
way
brave.
further than I thought it was about to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And luckily, seeing her cousin literally sacrifice himself and his young life right before his eyes is enough for her to leap into
Now she's
action.
gonna get in trouble when she gets home.
Right? She's like, oh, fuck, I got a lot of explaining
Yes.
to do.
Yeah.
So, yes, she leaps into action. She grabs him and runs back to the bus for him to de-thaw and provide him with oxygen. And in the end, she does save him. And they go back to school. Everything's fine. And it's
Okay.
kind of the end because we do need to go cut to and visit our producer. So that's the end of the episode.
Okay.
And in the
Yeah.
plot,
That's
Arnold
right.
is fine, gets them back. He like
Yeah.
has a little cold back on like Earth, and she's like bringing
Aw.
him a bunch of soup and like all of these things to
Janet
make him
is
feel better.
or
Yeah, Janet
Froze's.
is.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. That's
Janet,
what I was
yeah, is
hoping. Like,
paying her dues
she
here.
better.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
also, sorry, before you get to the producer, so all they had to do to fix the bus was take all the shit out of it. It was just like
Yeah,
heavy. It
it
wasn't
was.
actually like damaged
Yeah, it was
externally or
like
like,
Frizz was able to fix it on the roof, but then she had to GTFO.
okay.
But the computer system was kind of on the fritz still. But yeah, once
Yeah.
they emptied the bus had enough energy and like
Okay.
wherewithal, it's not weighed down anymore. Huge part of space travel is weight, cutting that weight
Yes.
to like the
Yeah. You got to be super
kilometer. Yeah,
precise.
yeah,
Something. Yeah.
yeah, because much weight as
Wow.
possible. And so they unloaded it and it was back to its normal weight. So
Wow.
yes, that's all it took.
Interesting.
Yes,
Okay.
all
Cool.
of it was Janet's fault. Yes, correct.
Of course. Yeah. This whole episode, her fault. So
Yes,
that's even
exactly.
why the planetarium was closed, probably. So,
Yeah, who
yeah.
knows the fuck she did. So yes, we cut to the kids from around the world. The montage. Is this the magic school
Mhm.
bus?
School
Is this the magic
bus.
school
Hello.
bus?
But they like also like have their different accents and
Yes, and there's kind of a
everything from
song in
different
the
places. Yeah, and it's
background.
cute. And you see like the maps of like the phones ringing and
Yes,
everything. And it's
exactly. Cut to all the
super
kids,
90s
different
too,
cultures.
phones.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Uh
so good. So yes,
take me
this
there.
is
Take me back, man.
it. Truly, as I had forgotten about it when it happened in the episode, I was like,
Yeah.
perfection.
Core childhood memory
Yeah,
unlocked. Yeah.
exactly. It's constantly. So yes, it's the Magic School Bus hotline, and the producer picks
Hmm.
up, and a very like nasally voice starts to talk about how unrealistic this episode was. No one could visit all planets in a day.
Well,
No one.
actually,
Well, actually, yeah, it's a real well, actually, kid. Well,
yeah.
actually, no one could visit the planets all in one day. And this is actually where I got and then double checked. No one knows what Pluto's surface looks like. You could also never stare into the sun. And also, why could they walk on planets when there's gravity fluctuations? And the producer was like, would you believe if I said we had a artificial gravity defibrillator? And the well actually voice says, no. And the producer direct quote says, okay, fine, we fudged it. Which I was like,
fudged. Yeah,
fudged it.
Okay.
But yes, he offers explanations for everything else for ease of story. We did all these other things for ease of storytelling. We bent science and reality. But yeah, here's some of the fun facts that, we went through of like the different planets.
Yeah.
And the call ends saying, and by the way, get someone out here to clean up all this junk on my planet, and hangs up.
Oh,
so basically we end with an alien.
Someone on Pluto?
Yep. An alien on Pluto who called the well actually line. And
I love
that's the end.
Incredible. Oh my God. Wait, that's so funny too. They're like, you have no way of knowing what Pluto looks like.
Right.
Trust
that
me,
depiction was wrong.
I know. I love it. Great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you. It was so fun.
Wow.
It really brought me back to such a happy place. I think this arc is going to be healing for us.
I think so too. I'm glad that we did it in this way because I guess as a little like behind the scenes look for people looking, when we decided that we wanted to do the like PBS commemoration type thing. Yeah. We were stuck between these two shows. We were like, we're either going to do Animalia or Magic School Bus. But then at a certain point, we're like, fuck it, we'll just do both.
Yep.
And then it was, okay, well, which one do we do first?
Yeah.
And we chose very wisely.
Yes.
I will say, because
palate cleansing healing that Magic School Bus brings for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. And it makes sense. And because to the extent that it does do ridiculous things that don't make any sense, well, they make up for it at the end with the calls to the producer to acknowledge either like, it's a cartoon, we're silly, we're fun. And it's like meta kind of almost breaking the fourth wall in a way.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Love it.
So it was so fun. I'm so excited for this arc. And between now and next week, when you do your first episode, who should our listeners and viewers tell about this show?
You should tell. Man. Dang it. We've done teacher before. I feel like we've done teacher multiple times.
Probably.
You should tell a producer.
Damn it.
Then. Sorry.
That's a good one. Good one.
Yeah. Tell a producer.
I'm
sure that.
After that, you should tell an executive producer.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Tell the executive producer. They just slap their name on whatever it is and call it good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Stamp of approval, basically. All that means in most cases.
Yep, exactly. So
cool.
Well, we'll see y'all next week.
Time.
Till then, bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Saturday Morning Mysteries.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, review, leave us a like, and drop a comment. We post episodes every Saturday and bonus tune tangents whenever we feel like it. So please subscribe so you don't miss the shenanigans.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, click the bell under the YouTube subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos are posted.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, we have no idea what you're listening to us on, so just hit the big subscribe button on whatever app you're using. We believe in you.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at SatmornMist, all the abreves, and let us know if you have any episode or show requests by emailing SaturdayMorningMysteries@gmail.com.
Thanks to Jenna Kendall for the logo design and to Ava Sakiki for the music used during this week's episode.
See y'all groovy kids next week on Saturday Morning Mysteries.